3, 2, 1. All right, I hope everyone's having a great day. Okay, so Spirit's been talking to me all day. My bad. And then also I'm gonna say this too. Throat chakra, okay? Somebody is having trouble speaking up, maybe standing on their words, or coming towards somebody, right? Someone's having trouble speaking up or speaking out, right? Or they don't want someone speaking up or speaking out, depending on who's watching, okay? But, so this was crazy. I had a dream, 7-2. I'll just, boom, I wrote it down. And I looked at it today, so that was like yesterday, or I guess it would be the first going to the second. But it said, cheating, some kind of slick conversation had with someone else, not wanting it to get back. Wanting it to get out or get back or something like that, right? That's what I wrote. That's the only thing I remember when I woke up. Okay. And then I'm watching Ironheart. I don't know. Shout out to Riri. You know, Wakanda Forever. But anyway, she's on that show, right? And I forgot the other guy's name, but he's also in Transformers. But anyway, he's talking with the devil, okay? And the devil's asking him, what does he desire? And he said to be rich, like greasy, stinking rich, okay? And the devil guy gave him a hood, and he said, so you're going to make me rich? And he kind of like laughed. The devil laughed at him and said, I will give you the tools to get everything you deserve. And when I listened to it, I was like, damn, that was kind of like a really sly way to say that, right? The hood ended up like consuming him, basically, right? Getting stuff all over his face. I don't know if you've seen it. It's on Disney Plus. It's really good. But anyway, where was I going with that? Okay, so then like he had this hood on, and his hood gave him some special powers, but it still ended up consuming him. He got these tattoos all on his body. Okay, basically got possessed. So to me, that's what this is about. Okay, I was like, this is very clear. And the last thing I want to say that connected all my story together was, you know, new deck. Who's this? I bought this deck today, right? Beautiful illustrations on this, and I wanted something with a little bit more writing on it, oddly enough, right? But what's funny is I don't own tarot cards at all. Okay, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but these are oracle cards. These are oracle cards. I actually did not own tarot cards at all. Okay, I went into a store today and I like just picked up the deck, and it was like open, all the way open, right? And I picked it up and looked at it, and I just read a couple of them, and it didn't dawn on me that this was an actual tarot deck till I got home and looked at it. Okay, so what I'm getting to with all this connecting, my bad, that was very long-winded, but what I'm trying to say is, I feel like somebody, you know, had a conversation, right? Did some things, they didn't want getting back to somebody, okay? They kind of had this conversation with the devil, okay? Maybe this was somebody who came into their life. Maybe this was people like who they went to for information. Maybe this was like a third party situation, right? But somebody made a deal with the devil, but they didn't read, or didn't listen, my bad. They didn't listen to the words that were actually said, okay? Because that's what was giving me. When the dude shook his hand, he was so happy about being rich. So maybe this is about money also, okay? And that's all it was about. Like, the dude wasn't like out there sleeping with a bunch of women. It was literally like about him getting money. You know what I'm saying? So I think that maybe this person, I'm not saying they didn't do those things too, but for money, right? But this was definitely about somebody thinking that they had a way to get up, right? I will give you the tools to get everything you deserve. You know what I'm saying? And what's turning out, I feel like, for this person is that they're realizing that, like, they didn't read the fine print. Oh, yeah, you're getting everything that you deserved. You know what I'm saying? Not everything that you actually asked for, okay? And I feel like that's also like karma, right? If you were going to take this little cheat way, right? Someone wanted to cheat the system, maybe, right? Find another way to get up. Some kind of slick conversation had with someone else not wanting it to get back, okay? And that to me sounds like a slick conversation. Hey, I'm going to give you all the tools to get this money. You got to do this. And I'm telling you. And then as far as the tarot deck thing goes, I didn't notice it till I got back home. So I'm feeling like maybe somebody's really looking back and inspecting things right now from a different perspective. Like, you know, now that things have calmed down, maybe now that something has changed, shifted, right? Now maybe somebody's looking and they're like, oh my gosh, you know, I didn't even realize this was totally different from what I thought it was. Okay. Maybe that's some people in their energy, you know. I had no idea what this person was. I had no idea what they were doing, that kind of vibes, right? So anyway, something led me to pull the cards because I was like, you know, new deck, who's this? I think I'm already 5 minutes in. Okay, but I'm telling you, this is awesome. This all like freaking just came together. So then I got King of Berries and Queen of Berries, right? So a masculine and a feminine energy, okay? Make sure you put yourself where you belong, right? Because everyone knows in the tarot, energy is fluid, okay? Because check this out. Think about it this way. A woman can be in masculine energy, right? Somebody who is portraying themselves as like maybe a single mother. Maybe they were raised by their father. Maybe they had a lot of brothers. You know what I mean? That kind of vibes, right? That could be a male or a female in that type of energy, okay? Just like the feminine energy, right? A man can be in his feminine energy where he's more of a laid back, relaxed kind of person, right? More in the receiving energy, okay? Because like you see here, right? Some man is bringing this woman something and she's just sitting there fertile with, you know, this is a baby in her stomach, but like that could be ideas, that could be all kinds of stuff, right? Fertile, a powerful female motherhood, okay? Energetic projects, coordination, and leadership for the male there. Okay, so then I went, okay, well, give me a clarifying card for this King of Berries. And this is what I got. And I love these illustrations too. I love classical music, and so this is just kind of taking me back a lot to that too. Okay, so the surgeon, this was in reverse though. Health, removal of blockages, unnecessary worry. So I feel like this person's having, or they're going to start having health problems, right? Blockages, maybe blockages in whatever they were trying to cause for someone else in here, right? If they were trying to cause you death, maybe. If they were trying to cause you illness, if they were trying to cause you stagnation, if they were trying to cause you to lose your mind, if they were trying to get you to, you know, whatever it was they were trying to get from you. This is karma coming back on that person, right? Because now they're having unnecessary worry, which I'm sure is affecting their health, right? And if your mental's gone, then you're blocked. Wow, this person's in their head for real, like, wow. You know, this is a bigger person too. I don't know if this is a drink. Maybe there's alcohol involved or something. Maybe someone's drinking a lot. My bad. I kind of took that way out of the picture looking at it. Oh my gosh, I'm at 8 minutes. This stuff goes quick. So then I went to the Queen of Berries energy. Okay. This could be you if you're watching, if you're, you know, a cross watcher, right? Because you know if your health isn't good, you know if your mental's not good, right? That kind of thing. And this could also be how the Queen of Berries is viewing this masculine energy, okay? It could be that too. But, or this could be how, you know, the King of Berries is viewing you as the Queen of Berries. But anyway, it says, table of plenty, success, food, rewards, capitalism, okay? So that makes me feel like this person or people view you in a successful energy, right? Success, food, rewards, capitalism. They feel like you're getting to something. Maybe you got a bag or something. They feel like you got something out there. Okay. And then these actually fell out together. Revelation, knowledge, light, and darkness. And I was like, you know, hold on. What do you mean? You know, let's go down the line here real quick. And I was going to go back and forth. So here, yeah, we'll go this way first. So we got the surgeon here. I was like, okay, the health is in danger, right? They're having blockages. A lot of worries going on for this person, right? Maybe they're losing their hair. This guy looks like he's thinning out, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. They're going to be, you know, maybe they're glutton, right? This person's maybe bigger. Or they're consuming more, right? Of whatever this substance is. That could be a thing too. But anyway, it says they have no protection. Okay. Maybe they have no protection from what they were trying to send out to you. Skills. Okay. And this person's all tied up. Look at that. Only their hands are free. So maybe this person's binded now to what they've done. You know, maybe there's no going back from the decisions that they've made, or they're feeling like there's no way they can come back from that, right? We got 6 out there, which would be the lovers, okay? Oddly enough, right there, right? 8, that's going to be more of, for me at least, right? That would be like an 8 would be like a prosperous number, okay? Or something that's going to go on for a long time, right? Because you got the infinity symbol. Maybe this person is going to suffer through this for a while. Maybe there's a lot of karma to pay back in the situation, right? Snakes. Walking, we got snakes out here. Three snakes. Maybe there was 3 people involved, okay? Yeah. I think orange is like the sacral chakra, okay? Maybe they wanted to cause you harm to your sacral chakra too, okay? Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Oh, wow, yeah, because look at that. Orange and red down here. Okay, so that's what it is. And then orange and red up here. I didn't even notice that, okay? I love this. But what I'm getting from that is this person has no protection. They have no skills. Maybe they didn't know what they were doing. Maybe, you know, this person didn't think this through. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they didn't understand you. Yeah, but someone didn't make some wise choices, right? And now they have no protection. They're out they got themselves out here so deep. Got me out here in the water so deep. Tell me how you gonna breathe without me. Oh my gosh. Have you been here? I just can't breathe. Okay. So then also that's a soulmate thing too. Okay, boom. But that's the vibe this is giving me. Maybe someone's like trying to accept something as their fate completion here. Man. I feel like somebody might... Just give me 2 vibes. One, someone's having some really dark thoughts about their life. And then insecurities popped out. Damn, yeah, you're right. Wow. Oh, no. Wait a minute, hold on. This is giving me like almost... I don't even want to say that word out loud, but... you can gather what this means, right? Like, if I... It's kind of giving me like... up and out of here, like... Either this is a death of... You know, and this could be a death of like an ego. This could be a death of a way of thinking, a way of doing things, right? Or this could be someone contemplating suicide. I mean, I didn't really want to say all that, but having those type of thoughts, not saying he was going to do those things, right? But having those type of thoughts. But this could be the acceptance of these insecurities that drove them to do whatever it is they did here, that they have no protection from and didn't have the skills to pull off. Completion, right? So that's a death. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a physical death. It could be of a way of thinking, a way of doing things, or it could be someone having thoughts. And actually, I just had like a really weird brain. Oh my gosh, like I was hearing a sound when I said that. So maybe that's true. Okay. And remember, like, you know, even if this person did something to you, right? It's not worth... And I mean, I'm not going to say they would do you the same too. So don't forget that, right? Like, I'm not saying like feel bad for somebody. I'm saying don't put any energy or will towards, you know, the hurting of somebody. And it's tough when someone's hurt you to not feel that towards them or want that for them. And it's like, I don't know, sometimes if I get those thoughts, I have to tell myself like, hey, you don't want to be like that. You're not trying to be like them, right? That's what they would do. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta get yourself out of those kinds of thoughts, right? And I'm not saying anyone is. I'm just saying, you know, if someone's having these kind of thoughts, that's a very sad thing. And even if someone wished it on me, I wouldn't want that for them in any shape, form, or fashion, okay? But back to this Queen of Berries here. We got Table of Plenty, Success, Food, Rewards, Capitalism. Right underneath it, Prosperity. Okay, so either you're in this prosperous energy, or this person, whoever did something, did this to you, right? And I'm getting twin flame energy again, man. I don't know. I got some other questions I'm going to ask later on for this too. But what are we at? 15 minutes on the dot. Okay. So maybe 15 again. Okay. So 6, 1 and 5. Under table of plenty, we got prosperity. So this is how they're viewing you, or how you are right now, right? As very prosperous. Maybe you have other suitors out there, you know, maybe you're in the spotlight in some type of way too. It's like someone has a little crazy face there, right? Someone's playing instruments and stuff of that nature. So it seems like maybe, yeah, you're out in the spotlight in some type of way, and they're looking at you as prosperous, I would say. Okay. And then look, all these gooses here, right? All these eggs, all these ideas, all this energy. Okay. And then we got illumination, revelation, knowledge, light, and darkness. And this is giving me like fruitfulness. Maybe at some point you realized it wasn't fruitful just to build with this person. You know, maybe all this was over some type of rejection. Okay. So take that how that resonates. Maybe this was all due to some type of rejection that somebody received. 9 is endings. Okay. So you had to put an ending to this situation because you had a revelation about what this person was trying to accomplish or do. Really. That's what that's giving me. You know, ancestors, whatever, somebody keyed you on, right? The veil dropped. You saw this person for who they are, what they were trying to do, what this group maybe or people were trying to accomplish, right? Because there are quite a few people in each of these, right? And it seems like the Queen of Berries is kind of on her own, really, you know what I'm saying? Because he's coming up with something. She's the only person alone. This person would have had a group, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. This could have been a group coming up against you. But anyway, my bad. We're 17 minutes in. It's so long. Okay. So real quick, prosperity. And then I said, clarify that for me. So I got mystic. I feel like someone's feeling insecure about maybe your mysticism. That could be like either something like what I'm doing here, or it could be your spiritual beliefs, or it could even be just you kind of keeping to yourself, right? Maybe there's not a lot of information about you out there at this time. Impartiality, like I feel like when you walked away from this situation, right, you had to be impartial, right? Maybe there's a lot of pain, a lot of anger, that kind of thing, but you had to be impartial because you were walking towards your passions. Okay. Till next time, go be great, go be kind.